Today we have the Cardinals of Trinity Valley. They're playing at home against the Panolas of the Ponies of Panola College, excuse me. The Cardinals come in today's game with a 9-1 record, and they are 1-1 in conference play. And Panola is 7-4 on the season and 1-2 in conference play. At this time, they're going to be introducing the starting lineups, and while they do, Jason, we could talk about that. The Cardinals are 9-1, and they could very easily be undefeated on the year.
Absolutely. Of course, that one loss came in overtime of the conference opener here on this floor to Tyler, and of course that stings a little bit more when it's Tyler. It was an 84-82 loss by the Cardinals, and of course they rebounded back with another double overtime game, a win on the road at Paris 76-71.
And we'll break for the national anthem. And we're ready for the second game of our doubleheader here today between the Ponies and the Cardinals. And, Jason, we mentioned the Cardinals had lost to Tyler, and they're only lost to double overtime, 84-82, but they're coming in off this game after a double overtime win over Paris, 76-71.
Sure is, and kind of good way, to go ahead and get another double overtime win. Why not, right? But, yeah, that was a heartbreaker that they lost here to Tyler, and like I was saying, of course, it's to Tyler, so it hurts a little bit more, but they sure did rebound good. Of course, in the games after that, won all those games, and then came back against Paris on the road, long road trip, good road win, 76-71. So that was a good way to come back off of that win.
There's no question about that, and this is Pat Smith's fourth year here at Trinity Valley. Of course, he got his 500th career win a year ago, but this is without question his most talented team that he's had since he's been here.
Sure. I mean, you look at some of the guys that, of course, that he puts on the floor with a Chris Blake or a Stretch Watson, and look at a guy like Keandre Derrick, and they're just loaded. They've got a lot of talent.
Yeah, they really are, and I'm looking forward to this game here. This should be a traditional, typical North Zone game, a very physical game, I'm just guessing.
Absolutely, and probably pretty fast, too, I imagine.
The Ponies are coached by Jacob Wonders. He's in his third year as the Cardinals starters are introduced. So this should be a good game. The Ponies are 1-2, so they definitely need to get another win under the belt. So they're the desperate team.
Absolutely, and Trinity Valley's got to watch out for that too, because obviously Panola's coming here a little bit hungry and trying to prove something, kind of toward the bottom of the conference standings right now. And just like we talked about in the last broadcast with the Lady Cardinals and the Phillies, Panola's going to come in here and they're going to look to try to get on a little bit of a run before their holiday break comes too. So Trinity Valley doesn't want to be that team that lets them kind of back into things and sends them home on the Christmas break on a high note.
That's true. And, of course, the Cardinals have got 2 games left after today, both non-conference games. They are at home here tomorrow against Northwest Louisiana JV. And then they got a Ranger here on the 12th, and Ranger will be a rematch of an overtime game that the Cardinals won out there 3 weeks ago. So the Cardinals have got 2 more games after today, but today this is the only one that matters, and I guarantee you that Pat Smith wants to get to the holiday break being 2-1 in the conference.
Sure,
race.
Absolutely. Lot better way to go into a break with those wins like that. So
the teams are getting out on the floor there for us to get started today for the jump, and obviously jumping for the Ponies is going to be number 55, Terry Hines, a big 6'8" freshman out of Houston, Texas. And now the Cardinals take the floor, and I'm just guessing that Adrian Forbes, 45, is going to jump for the Cardinals. We might mention that he has been selected to play on Team Jamaica and could very easily be playing in the 2012 Summer Olympic basketball team for the Jamaican team. He's already signed with Auburn University, so he's without question one of the most talented players on the Cardinals. With one you really got to watch for is number 2, Chris Blake. He's averaging 18.4 points a game for the Cardinals this point. The tip is controlled by the Ponies. Boatner puts up the 3 and misses, and has got the rebound by Lewis Ellis. And the Cardinals come up with the basketball, and Darius Gatson, controlling the basketball, not very well at the start, but now he's got it under control. And the Cardinals are attacking on the offensive end. Get the ball down to Ernest Stretch Watson. He's got it. Well, Stretch is very good on that turnaround jumper down low. So I expect, and Stretch gets the steal there. He blocks the inbound pass and knocks it into Hines' hands, and so that gives the ball to the Cardinals. So a chance for the Cardinals to really jump out and extend this early lead.
It's a good start for Stretch, boy. He's just a lot of energy all over the ball.
He is, and he's a great kid, too. You see him on campus, and he's always smiling. He's involved in Student Senate, but the Cardinals turn it over. Can't take advantage of the turnover. 24 controls the basketball. That's Charlton Jones. Gary Cox puts up a three, no good. Stretch Watson with the rebound. Chris Blake with the basketball gives it over to Gatson in the corner. Forbes from the baseline jumper. Oh, wow, air ball. He misfired on that one. Boatner controls for the Ponies. Rashard Boatner. Gary Cox outlets the ball to Charleston Jones. Three-pointer, got it. Ponies just like that have the lead, 3-2.
3-point for Panola.
Blake works from the wing, draws a little pressure, looking to get the ball inside to Watson. He's got him covered up right now, the Ponies do. Now Gatson's looking to get the ball to Adrian Forbes. He does. He got a good pass. Forbes makes a power move. Oh, and Hines blocks it, but Blake controls for the Cardinals, and the Cardinals turn the ball over, but there's going to be a foul called. Ponies thought they'd gotten away with one there, but not so. Foul is going to be on number 22, Lewis Ellis. It's going to be his first personal foul.
I thought there might have been a little bit of contact there on Forbes as he was kind of turning around for that shot, but of course, the ref didn't call it. Just like you said, a physical game coming. I think that's the first sign of it.
Blake puts up the three-pointer. That's his shot, and he got it. Yeah, I've seen him hit those all season long from over there. They have to cover up on him. And Watson almost gets another steal on the inbounds. Stretch has had a very active start to this game. That's good to see.
How about 40 minutes of that? I think Pat Smith would be more than happy.
Oh, I guarantee he would take that effort he's seen so far out of him.
Absolutely.
It looks kind of funny, Hines controlling the basketball against the press with a 6'8" frame, but now then Jones goes in on the drive and is going to draw a foul. It's going to be called on Adrian Forbes, number 45. Going to be checking into the game for the Cardinals will be 52, Isaiah Rusher, a 6'9" sophomore from Houston, Texas. First we got free throws from Charlton Jones for the Ponies. Got the first one. And now Rusher checks into the game for Adrian Forbes.
Saw Rusher have a big game against Tyler in the double overtime loss here. He's, certainly a guy that can bang down there too. So
he's got a lot of talent.
Absolutely.
Second free throw is good, and we are tied at 5 with 17:53 left in the first half. Ponies come out in a little token pressure, broken. Derrick puts up the shot, misses. Stretch with the rebound, misses. Rusher with the rebound. Blake goes back inside to Rusher, moves, tries to make a move against Hines, but there's going to be a foul called. Foul is going to be called on number 20, Gary Cox.
Foul call on Panola, number 20.
Gatson with the basketball in the corner, delivers it down low to Rusher, tries to make a move, but Hines cuts him off, and there's a turnover controlled by Boatner, and he turns it over.
Just kind of a bad look down there by Rusher. Was trying to make something happen, get a close shot there, and just too many guys in the green jerseys right there.
Watson inbounds to Gatson. Gatson back over to Watson. Breaking the pressure. And ball goes out of bounds, but he goes off the Ponies, so the Cardinals will be the Cardinals' ball. Blake to inbounds for the Cardinals. Cardinals working the ball around the perimeter. Blake on the drive. Pulls up, takes the jumper, misses. Rebound goes to Derek. He puts it back up, and he misses the shot. Blocking foul is going to be called against Panola. The bucket would have counted, but it didn't fall. Foul is on number 3, Rashard Boatner. That's his first personal foul. Going to be 2 shots.
Kind of get a look there at the elevation that Keandre Derrick has. Just a super athlete there. You know, of course, his father played here and still holds, I believe, the scoring record for a season. So
Neil Derrick played for Leon Spencer and Guy Furr back in the mid-'80s. He sure did.
Absolutely.
He's a great player. First shot up and good. This one's probably going to seesaw for a while. I wouldn't be surprised until maybe one team is able to maybe wrestle control of the game. Of course, the Cardinals' last 2 games both went to double overtime, so we'll see what transpires in this one. Second one, it's good. Cardinals up by 2. Jeff Stubbs, number 24, and Reggie Stallings, number 20, check in for the Cardinals for the first time. Watson pressures the ball. Ponies get it in. Boatner pushes the ball down the floor. Winds up back in his hands. Gary Cox goes on the drive. Foul is going to be called on the Cardinals. Number 24, Jeff Stubbs. Non-shooting foul, so the opponents will have the ball underneath. Nice drive by Jones, but the shot is rejected. He misses and it was rejected. So the Cardinals control. 3-pointer, no good. Reggie Stallings put up the tray, but missed it, and the Ponies are on the run, but it's a pretty ugly run there. Turn the ball over. Blake with the layup, got it. Oh, he missed it. Oh, he missed it. Cardinals missed the putback. Watson misses the putback. It's rejected. And now Watson is going to be called for traveling as he goes down with the basketball trying to regain control. Oh, that was a kind of ugly little sequence right there for both teams.
Just moving a little fast there for Blake. He kind of had the point-blank shot there, and of course, they got the second chance buckets there a couple times, but turned the ball over.
Ponies working against the pressure, token pressure. Watson almost gets a steal. Twice he almost gets a steal. Lewis Ellis with the basketball, feeds it underneath, and it's turnover. Isaiah Rusher with a steal. Third turnover for the Ponies. 3-pointer, got it. Pretty shot. Jeff Stubbs, number 24, hits the 3. That brought Jacob Wonders of Panola College to call a 30-second timeout.
Well, he's got to be a little bit frustrated there. Stubbs got a wide open look, had time to set his feet, had time to, I think he had a glass of water and then shot that ball. And
I'll guarantee you that's what this timeout is about. So, fellas, if they hit the 3-pointer, be out there on them when they hit it.
Yeah. But on the other end, of course, the same number 24 for them, Charlton Junction, he passed up that 3-pointer and kind of drove inside and ran right into Rusher there, so that might be one that he might be discussing too. Kind of would like to have that one back and pull the trigger on that one.
Well, this game, I guarantee this game is going to seesaw, and then one team will take control. And of course, hopefully it'll be the Cardinals, but they're up 10-5 at this point with 15:55 left in the first half. Ponies inbounds. Cardinals have the press on. Isaiah Rusher pressures the ball. They get it to the floor. Rashard Boatner running the offense for the Ponies. Flips it over in the corner. 3-pointer, good. Lewis Ellis drains to 3, and just like that, it's a 10-8 basketball game. Forbes down low. He hits the shot, but you want to draw the foul. I believe that's going to be on Terry Hines, number 55. Yep, it is. Terry Hines draws the foul. That's his first. Check in for Ponies is Andrzej Palachek. Forbes at the free throw line.
We're going to have a fun time today announcing some of these names, Benny. They've got some guys at Czech Republic and all over the place.
First one's good. 11-8, 15-22. Forbes hits the second, gets both of them. And the Ponies push the ball down the floor. Boatner goes up for the shot and is going to be fouled by Adrian Forbes. Don't think Cardinal coach Pat Smith was real happy with the defensive effort getting back on that one that time.
Yeah, hard to blame Forbes on that one, but he's just trying to keep them from getting an easy bucket there. So as early on, you got some fouls to give. Of course, he's going to get the shots here, but that's a lot better option, I guess, than giving him a pretty easy layup.
Boatner's shot good. Stretch Watson's checking back into the game for the Cardinals along with number 23, Keandre Derrick. Both are sophomores. Both played here last year. The Cardinals made the playoffs for a third straight year. They actually beat Panola in the opening round of the regional tournament last year, 79-76. Second free throw, got it. Pressure by the Ponies. Oh, they got a piece of it. Gary Cox got a piece of it, and the Cardinals had to struggle a little bit to get the ball across before the 10-second count, and they do. Watson controls, feeds it to Rusher, puts it up, no good. Would not fall. Would have counted. Got the foul. Foul is on Palachek.
Nice touch there for a big man. He came barreling through there and pulled it all up and almost had the layup fall.
Almost. Rusher will go to the free throw line, shooting two. 6'9", sophomore, I believe, out of Houston, Texas. Transferred in from the Mexico school. Gets the second one. 13-10, Cardinals pressure. Stretch Watson got a piece of that one. I know that's three that he's got a piece of today. Chris Blake thought about the three, didn't pull the trigger, drives the baseline, shovels it across, but he stepped out of bounds. Turnover for the Cardinals. Fourth turnover for the Cardinals. 5 minutes into the game. Watson, Derrick having trapped in the corner, but gets it out to Boatner. Boatner feeds it off and misses the layup. They missed the layup. Brock Wills missed the layup. Boatner drives, pulls up from the baseline. No good. Blake gets a rebound, turns it over. Turnover by the Ponies, five. Nice job by Rusher getting back that time there.
Cardinals dominating on the board right now. They've got 7 rebounds, 4 of those on the offensive end right now, for just 3 for Panola. So making a little bit of a difference right now with a 3-point lead.
Watson has the basketball. Dishes it out to Stallings. Watson rebounds, put back, good. Stretch Watson, boy, Stretch has had a good start to this game.
Yeah, he's been all over the floor here and doing a good job on the offensive board as well. That's his 3rd offensive board.
Ponies working the ball around the perimeter. There's Watson, another steal. Well, Stretch Watson just making a presence known early in this game. Derrick with the pull-up jumper, got it. Suddenly we're at 17-10. Is this where the Cardinals pull away just a little bit? Looks like it at this point. They're certainly up on their toes on the defensive end, led by Stretch Watson.
Just doing an excellent job, kind of getting his hand in there and just trying to disrupt things.
Boatner with the drive and dishes it off for the layup to Lewis Ellis. Rusher tried to go up for the shot, lost control, but it went off the Palachek, and it's going to belong to the Cardinals. Checking in for the Cardinals for the first time is going to be number 34, Stephon Moutier. Maybe my favorite name on the team this year, Jason.
It's a good one.
Stephon Moutier. Rusher gets the inbound pass, makes a power move inside, misses the shot, draws the foul. The Cardinals are definitely forcing the action inside the paint. Foul is on number 0, Palachek. That should be his second, I believe.
Panola, number 0.
It is indeed. Rusher goes to the line, going to shoot 2. Cardinals up 5.
Just like we were talking about, you got Rusher in here and certainly forcing the issue right there in the paint. And Forbes is on the bench right now. So, you got some guys back there that can do the job when Forbes isn't on the floor.
And Rusher hits the first free throw. Got the second. Chris Blake comes back into the game for Keandre Derrick. Blake really hadn't gotten untracked yet with his shooting. I mean, he's averaging 18.4 a game for the Cardinals this year. He's their leading scorer, so you'd expect him to get on a run here momentarily. Ponies are definitely giving him some extra attention on the offensive end, however. When McLeod running the offense now, Lorenzo McLeod for the Ponies, number 11, and we have a whistle away from the ball. I think it's going to be a holding. Yep. Isaiah Rusher, number 52 for the Cardinals, is going to be called for the foul.
Palachek definitely wanted to let the referee know that was going on down there. Kind of did a little bit of theatrics, but it certainly was. There was some bumping going on there, and he made sure the referee saw it.
Yeah, he did. And Watson comes in for Rusher after the foul. Oh, it's a nice pass. Oh, block. Oh, they're going to call goaltending. Stretch Watson's going to be called for goaltending. I thought he'd come up with a really good block there, but evidently the ball was on this downward spiral, so going to be 2 points for the Ponies.
Just it barely started. barely.
But it looked good anyway. Three-pointer that time was missed by Jeff Stubbs. Boatner on the drive. Got it. Drew the foul. Going to have a shot at a three-point play. Stretch Watson's going to be called for the foul.
Boatner, another one of these guys, one of these guards that's not afraid to get down there and bang with some of those big guys, and he's doing a good job forcing the issue.
Yeah, he's really not. He's a redshirt sophomore, 6-foot redshirt sophomore from Monroe, Louisiana. He's at the free throw line now. Still a tight ball game, 19-16, 12:35 left. Free throws up, good. Three-point play complete. Now we have a two-point game, just like I thought this one would be early on especially. Real tight and physical. Gatson controlling the offense. Watson at the top of the key. Over to Blake at the wing. Blake hasn't gotten on track yet shooting. Trying to get the ball into Stretch Watson. Watson's working, and Blake turns it over with the travel. 6 turnovers for the Cardinals.
Just trying to desperately make something happen there, Benny. Trying to get it down into the paint there, and just a good defensive job there.
Boatner makes a pass length of the floor, not able to control it. Jamie Boley, Panola's 7th turnover as they turn it over out of bounds, and the Cardinals are going to have possession. No press for Panola. They backed out of the press. Standing in the man defense. Gatson working against McLeod. McLeod with a steal, but they're going to call him for a kick. Be the Cardinals ball underneath.
Definitely tell Benny that one of the things Trinity Valley is trying to do is just work that ball down low in their first look down the court, and if they have to take a shot, they will, but they're definitely wanting those points in the paint.
They definitely are. That has a lot to do with why we haven't seen Blake really get his scoring game going yet. Oh. Jacob Wonders, the Panola coach, took a shot there as he was hit by Lorenzo McLeod as McLeod tried to save a ball.
Lost his glasses.
Now we have a timeout on the floor. Cardinal 30-second timeout.
Well, Benny, it's playing out the way you wanted it to. You kind of thought it would. Real fast and real physical so far.
It is. We've got a full slate of games going on today, of course, in the men's, Jason. We got There's the Panolas here against the Cardinals. Kilgore's at Bossier Parish. Navarro at Tyler's a huge game. Navarro, of course, last year went to the national tournament. They're ranked 6th in the nation. Tyler, we saw, beat the Cardinals 84-82. Then they turned around and lost to Parish their next time out. Lee's at Angelina. Lamar Port Arthur, who's got a very good squad this year, is at Blinn. And then Lon Morris at San Jacinto's a huge game. San Jacinto lost its first game of the season last week. They had started the season 12-0, and now they're coming in off a loss playing Lon Morris at home. So, and of course, the conference is broken up into north-south zones. In the first 6 games, you play teams in your zone, and then you play the other zone for 6, and then you come back and finish up with your zone for 6 games. So it's a 19-game conference schedule. Derek tried to save the loose ball, but it's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be a turnover, and ball is going to belong to the Ponies. That's the Cardinals' 7th turnover. Just a real tight game right now. Cardinals broke out to a 7-point lead. It looked like they might be going to go on a little surge, but it didn't happen, and now then we're back to a 19-17 game. Both teams being very patient working the ball. Three-pointer tried by McLeod is no good. The Cardinals rebound. Going to have to really see, I think, Chris Blake get involved with the Cardinal offense here if we're going to see them hit some kind of rhythm. And they get the ball to him momentarily on the wing, but they're definitely looking to try to get the ball inside where they've got an advantage. Nice drive by Derek, but he can't finish it off, and the ball is controlled by McLeod for the Ponies, and he pushes it down, but the Cardinals retreat very fast and get back. Pass down low to Bowley. Now we have a three-pointer, drained it. Thomas Orr drains the three-pointer, and just like that, the Ponies are in a 20-19 lead.
And their first points in a couple of minutes, too, so pretty impressive by Panola to keep it close when they weren't scoring.
Panola's doing a really nice job on the defensive end of shutting off the inside, forcing the Cardinals to the outside, but forcing them by players that they won't take in shots other than Chris Blake, I might add.
Right. They're going to have to get Blake involved, Benny, as you said.
There's a steal. Very nice steal by Keandre Derrick. Can he finish it? He goes in for the layup, and he hits it. Nice play by Keandre Derrick, number 23, with the steal and the layup. And we have a double dribble. Boatner double dribbles, and that was forced by Keandre Derrick's tight defense. So give Derrick credit with a couple of steals right there. Well, that one wasn't an official steal, but it might as well have been. The Cardinals have the basketball.
It's a turnover.
There you go. Gatson sets the inbounds play. Puts it up to Chris Blake. They denied him the shot down low. Kicks it back to the outside. Gatson has the basketball. Over to Watson, over to Blake. Now Keandre Derrick controls, looking to get the ball inside to stretch Watson. Now Rusher takes off from the free throw line, kicks it out to Blake. Blake in the corner, passes up the three. Rusher down low, and it's turnover. There's Derrick with another steal, though. Keandre Derrick's had a good spurt right here. Rusher puts the ball up down low, misses. Controlled by Keandre Derrick, and the foul is going to be called on Charlton Jones of the Ponies, number 24. 21-20, 9:44 left in the first half. It's going to send Keandre Derrick to the free throw line. 1-1. Cardinals are in the bonus. Got it. (22-20). Got it. Hit both of them. Put the Cardinals in a 23-20 lead.
It's his 8th point already, but just doing a good job staying active. He's getting a little bit of a breather right now, but has certainly given him a boost when Blake's not scoring right now.
Well, he really has. Jeff Stubbs is into the game. Cardinals remain in the press. McLeod trying to they get it across the timeline. Three-pointer from the corner, good. Thomas Orr drains a three-pointer, and just like that, we're tied. Stubbs goes on pulls up from the baseline for the jumper, misses. Ponies control, they're on the run. Ponies are on the run, defended by Blake. Blake with a great block. Great block of Tyrone Treasure by Chris Blake.
Incredible elevation there.
That rusher tried to make a behind-the-back pass to Chris Blake. He got lucky that he went off a Panola player's foot, and possession belongs to the Cardinals. Cardinals need to set a pick or something to get things opened up for Chris Blake a little bit, I think, here.
Just something to get him involved.
Stubbs running the offense. Yeah, we have a lot of contact inside between Stretch Watson and Tyrone Treasure, and they're going to call Treasure with the foul. He was holding, trying to keep Stretch from getting position on him. Cardinals really have a mismatch inside, but I guarantee you got to give Panola credit because they're playing pretty good defense down low. Stephon Moutier checks in for Isaiah Rusher for the Cardinals. Stretch Watson at the free throw line. 1-1. All right, doesn't get the first one, but a great rebound by Reggie Stallings. Ponies on the run. Great steal that time by Stallings. He turns it over, though, to McLeod. Now the Ponies are running it for a layup, and you got number 24 that makes it, Charlton Jones. Panola leads 25-23. Stallings running the show. Gets it over to Stubbs in the corner. Nice pick by Moutier. Stubbs nails it. Got an 18-foot jumper for two-pointer. Now we're tied again. Three-pointer, long-range three-pointer, no good. Or tried the three-pointer, the Cardinals control. Three-pointer, two. No, it's just a two, my bad. Reggie Stallings hits the two.
2 more points.
It was a long two.
It was a long two. McLeod drives, puts up a shot, but he traveled. Took too many steps.
Panola's done a good job shooting the ball here, Benny. They hit 6 of their last 8 field goals and 4 of their last 6 from three-point range. So, well, that's something TVCC is going to have to improve on.
This is just going to be the way that Region 14 Conference North Zone is going to be all year. I'm telling you, it's just going to be brutal. You just look at all the teams that are in there, and the North is definitely the stronger of the two zones this year, in my opinion. Stubbs running the offense. Dishes off to Chris Blake. Got a foul away from the ball. Foul's going to be on Hines of Panola, number 55. That's going to be his second. Isaiah Rusher's going to go to the free throw line for 1-1. Cardinals are going to have to hit their free throws. A tight game like this, these free throws will add up at the end of the game, I guarantee you. Palachek checks in for Hines. He's picked up his second foul.
They're 9 of 11 from the free throw line right now, so they've been doing a pretty good job. Missed a couple of their last free throw attempts, but
Rusher makes that one. Gets the second to fall. Cardinals back up on top by 4.
Rusher's 5 of 6 on the free throw line. He's got a good touch for a big man.
Gary Cox knocks it down after driving and missing the layup. Stephon Moutier with the basketball for the Cardinals. Stefan Moutier with the ball down low, puts up the shot, got it. Nice job by the big man. Didn't really get control of the pass initially, but then he made the most of it and put the shot in. McLeod dishes off in the corner to Orr. He misses that three. McLeod gets the rebound, dishes back off to Orr again. Orr misses the layup. Ball is out of bounds. It belongs to the Ponies. Stretch Watson's back in for the Cardinals, as is Reggie Stallings. Charlton Jones and Gary Cox check in for the Ponies. Oop, can't leave him uncovered in the corner, and they did, and he missed a three, though. Lewis Ellis missed the three-pointer. Charlton Jones off another three-pointer miss this time by Gary Cox. Cardinals are on the run. Well, the teams aren't shy about putting up a three-pointer. Stubbs puts up one. Cardinals get the rebound. Got it. Reggie Stallings with the putback, gets the points. A little bit of separation here, Jason, but not a lot.
Yeah, still a very tight game. Lots of game to go.
Oh, great rebound. You got to give credit to Lewis Ellis of the Ponies. You got a great rebound, and the Cardinals have turned the ball over on the inbounds. Nope. It's Cardinals, still the Cardinals ball.
And Trinity Valley coach Pat Smith is livid. He's a little frustrated that the Cards let the Ellis kind of get in there and grab that rebound. It was all arms, but he's frustrated right now.
They can't get their act straight on the inbounds now. This has been a hard shot inbounds between the officials and Stretch Watson. But finally, Watson gets it in. Controlled by Jeff Stubbs. Back over to Watson. Back to Stubbs. Just no room for Chris Blake so far. Oh, alley-oop. Stretch Watson. Stretch Watson from Jeff Tubbs. Great alley-oop. Slammed it home. 35-29. 4:35 left in the first half. Great play. Now the Cardinals got to defend on this end. You see, they brought the Cardinals to life, Jason. They're up on their toes on the defensive end now, really defending.
Yeah, it really gave them life there, Benny. They do have to make a stop here to make it work, though.
Oh, just like that. Rashard Boatner drives for the layup, and Pat Smith has called a 30-second timeout, and I don't think he's going to exchange pleasantries with his team during this timeout.
And he's just trying to get them to, to take a play like that alley-oop and kind of feed off of that. But that's what he's talking about right now, just these guys kind of taking momentum and seizing it.
We'll take a look at the Region 14 conference standings, Jason. As we talked about, Navarro setting the pace in the north zone. But Paris, Tyler, and Trinity Valley and Kilgore all are at one loss, followed by Panola. That's why the game is so crucial for Panola today. They don't want to go down 3 in the loss column before the holiday break. But and if the Cardinals can get to 2-1, they're really going to be in the mix as the season goes into the second half. Of course, there's a lot of conference still to go.
You bet. But, they sure would like to get into that break in those last 2 final non-conference games for the Christmas break with a win here, especially coming off that double overtime win, I should say, in Paris.
That's correct. And, of course, they have 2 non-conference games left after today. They're at home tomorrow against Northwest Louisiana JV, and then they've got Ranger here on December the 12th in a non-conference game. Chris Blake going to take a 3. Didn't get it. Rusher got the rebound, put it back up. The shot was rejected. Really got to get Chris Blake involved for this thing to take off for the Cardinals, I believe. Ponies are certainly giving him a lot of extra attention, it seems like. Keandre Derrick to Watson. To Rusher, turnover. Ponies ball. Ponies on the run. Charlton Jones drives in off the turnover for a layup, misses it, but is fouled by Keandre Derrick, and he will shoot 2.
Keon right there. Trinity Valley Cardinals.
First free throw, got it.
Panola's perfect from the free throw line right now. They've hit all 6 of their attempts.
Just close, traditional close game in the North Zone of Region 14 Conference. Don't see many runaways in the North. Got the second one. Full court press by the Ponies. Tried to trap him in the corner. Working on Gatson. Coming up on the 10-second count. Blake, they just did get it across, like 9.5 seconds. Three-pointer, got it. Great three-pointer. Reggie Stallings, just what the Cardinals needed. Have you noticed, though, Jason, the Cardinals hit that big three when the next defensive possession there are up on their toes and really working hard. It's amazing what a three-pointer does for a team.
Yeah, absolutely. And coming right back now with a foul, unfortunately.
Chris Blake was called for the foul. It's going to send Richard Boatner to the free throw line. Boulder hits the second, and it makes it 38-35. Chris Blake drives for the layup. Got it. 40-35. That's 5 points for Chris Blake. They can't turn him loose down low. They got a break. They got a travel call against the Ponies. Hey, we want to remind you that at halftime of today's game, we're going to have Bill Damuth, the first-year head coach of the Trinity Valley Lady Cardinals, with us at halftime. He'll be here as our halftime guest. Looking forward to talking to Coach Damuth after their 93-70 win over Panola in the first game of today's doubleheader. Gatson controls for the Cardinals. Nice job by Charlton Jones of grabbing the loose ball, and the Ponies burn a timeout to save possession of the basketball, 40-35. I'm always curious about that when teams dive to save loose balls this part of the game and burn a timeout to save one possession in a 40-35 game with, say, 2:48 left in the first half. Will that timeout not be more important to you later in the game than this one possession is in the first half?
And yeah, I completely agree with you, Benny. And, of course, the player is not thinking about all that, obviously, as he's trying to make a play. He's just trying to make a play and maintain possession. But certainly in a tight game like this, the coach is definitely thinking exactly what you're saying, that, hey, we may be able to use that timeout a little bit later. So I think you're right.
As the Cardinal cheerleaders perform during the timeout, as you pointed out in the women's game, dressed in their Christmas attire with the caps and everything. Going back to that timeout thing, though, as we see Pat Smith visiting with the Cardinals during the timeout, Michael Landers, the former Lady Cardinal head coach, always told me he had a rule. He's the only one who could call a timeout. He didn't want a player having to make that decision, whether when they're diving on the floor for a loose ball, to save the possession.
And it's a good rule. And I think the NBA has altered their rule. You saw a lot of that happening in the NBA where guys were just jumping out of bounds and burning timeouts like crazy. And so,
yeah, of course, in the NBA they get about 24 TV timeouts built into it, I think.
Exactly.
Ponies pushing the ball after inbound is following the timeout. Boatner again running the offense. Saw McLeod running the offense a couple of possessions ago. Boatner puts up a 3, misses. Gatson with the rebound. Now the Cardinals are pushing the basketball. 3-pointer, no good. Reggie Stallings attempted the 3, missed it, and the Cardinals turned the ball over.
Stallings is really giving him a boost here in the first half. He's come off the bench, I believe, and scored 9 points. So, again, when Chris Blake is struggling, he's kind of giving him a little bit of a boost.
Rusher with the steal. Dishes it off to Chris Blake. He goes on the attack, drives in, got it. Chris Blake is one talented athlete, and boy, he can just go off on the Ponies at any minute now. Three-pointer, got it. Nice three-pointer by Lewis Ellis, and that did not make Pat Smith happy. They left him uncovered for the 3. Well, that three-pointer just brings the team right back in it. Stretch Watson with the 3 from the top of the key. No good. Rusher fights for the rebound, gets a jump ball, and possession belongs to the Cardinals. So a nice job by Isaiah Rusher of saving possession for the Cardinals.
It's 2 3-pointers for Ellis now. He's doing a good job, and, of course, Panola just firing away. Not shy at all about trying to get that 3-point bucket.
I remember a game back in the 80s when Audie Apple was coaching the Panola Ponies, and they came in here and played Trinity Valley one night, and I think they put up something like 63 three-pointers that night.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I swear. Oh, Blake gets free on the inbounds and gets the layup. Nice job by Jeff Stubbs of finding him. And now we're seeing Chris Blake get more involved, and the lead is at 6. He's got 9 points on the game. See the Cardinals, they know now that Panola's going to attack the three-point range. They've got to step out and not leave them uncovered. Boatner goes on the drive, does a great job of spotting Brock Wills down low. He misses the shot, but he draws the foul. Chris Blake fouls him. That's going to send Wills to the free throw line. I believe it's also going to result in Reggie Stallings coming in for Chris Blake, who has 2 fouls now. He missed the first one.
And their first miss.
First miss of the game.
9 of 10 now from the free throw line for the Ponies.
If you're a Cardinal fan, you like that. Made the second one. And we have a sub in for the Ponies. That's going to be Gary Cox coming into the game. Just over a minute left in the first half. Stubbs running the offense for the Cardinals. Thought about taking the shot. Instead gives it to Watson. Turnaround. Stretch Watson's tough on that turnaround jumper, folks. When he gets the ball down about 8 feet from the goal, you give it to him, you can almost count on it. Three-pointer, good. Boy, you just can't let those guys have any room at all. Rashard Boatner hits the 3. Man, the three-pointer has definitely changed the game of basketball. Derek on the drive. There are no insurmountable leads anymore, I promise.
10 points now for Derek in the first half.
Boatner on the attack, kicks it out in the corner for a 3. Ellis misses. Cardinals control. Might want to run and take the last shot. Nope. Derek tries the layup. Is going to draw the foul. 8.8 seconds left in the first half. Again, be reminded that Lady Cardinal coach Bill Damuth will join us at halftime for a visit. Looking forward to speaking to him after the Lady Cardinals 93-70 win over the Panola College Phillies. Derek hit the first free throw, 49-42. On pace for a 100-point game. this rate. Right,
Feels
Eddie?
like it.
Derek second. Got it, but it's going to be waved off. Waved off. Got a lane violation. Lane violation. Yep, there's an unforced error right there. Of course, this is not tennis, so I guess it was just a turnover.
15 turnovers for Panola now in the first half.
Really, 15 turnovers. Well, Cardinals need to convert this one, that's for sure. Got a chance to open this lead up here in this final 6.5 seconds. Derek puts up the three. No good. Rusher on the tip. No good. And the Cardinals are going to go into halftime leading the Panola College Ponies by a score of 49 to 42. Never saw really any separation. I guess 9's been the biggest lead in the first half.
Yeah, both teams just kept battling back. Both these guys are just blowing through there quick and shooting, and that's the kind of game you predicted it would be, and that's the kind of game it is.
I think we're waiting for our North. We thought the Cardinal cheerleaders were going to perform at halftime, but it looks like that they're going to take halftime off, which they rightfully deserve. And we're waiting for Coach Bill Damuth to join us here with the Cardinals up 49 to 42. If you missed the first half of our doubleheader today, the Lady Cardinals were a 93-70 winner over the Panola College Phillies to run their record to 10-3 on the season, and they are 3-0 in conference play. Again, being reminded that the Cardinals will be at home tomorrow. They play Northwest Louisiana State JV, a team that has played several of the conference schools this year and hasn't been very successful. So that's probably going to be a game in which that the Cardinals have a pretty good day tomorrow, I would think.
One of those games to work out the kinks a little bit.
I think so. And it's pretty good considering it will come less than 24 hours from tonight's game, so you know their legs are not going to all be there and stuff. But although I will say I don't think Pat's really worried about the legs, as I've seen some of his workouts.
Right.
So anyway, we got some. As you look at the schedule going on for today, as we're joined by Bill Damuth, the game I'm interested in today is to see how that Navarro and Tyler game goes today over in Tyler, because I think if Navarro gets that one, they will have already beaten another one of the top schools in the conference, and the Bulldogs are for real, and they're definitely going to be the team to beat as the second half of the season comes back after the holiday break. And now then we are going to be joined by Bill Damuth, the head women's basketball coach here at Trinity Valley. He is his Lady Cardinals are currently 10-3 on the season and 3-0 in the conference. And Bill, I would think that you feel pretty good about going into the holiday break as far as conference goes with being a 3-0.
Oh yeah, it can't be. If you got to play them first semester, you want to win them all. So.
And I know I've talked to you and other conference coaches on the women's side, and y'all would just as soon prefer that none of the conference games start until after the first of the year.
Exactly. Your team's just a whole lot different second semester than this first semester, and sometimes that helps you out and sometimes it doesn't.
Well, about tonight's game, boy, Gloria Brown really had a nice game for you.
Yeah, I think she was wanting to stay until she got 30, and I thought she was going to have it because she had 18 at the half. So.
Yeah, I think she went up at 28, didn't she? Yeah.
Correct.
And she was definitely in double digits as far as rebounds go,
oh, yeah,
too.
exactly.
Well, as you look ahead, I know you've got a game against Weatherford here on Monday night, and that's a team that you defeated 73-60 third place a couple of weeks ago. What are you looking for tomorrow? I mean, Monday in that game against Weatherford.
Well, we went up to Weatherford. We were 8 for 22 from the free throw line, and I didn't think played real well in long stretches. So we've improved since then. And I thought tonight during our game, we got some contributions of some people that I've been waiting for. So I thought that was good in tonight's game too, or today's game.
Where do you feel like you're at as a team? I mean, you're 10-3. We know that the record-wise, but as a team in itself, are you pretty much where you thought you would be at this point, or a little ahead, or a little behind? Maybe?
I think we're a little ahead, but saying that, I think we've still got quite a ways to go to hit our ceiling.
Yeah. Well, I know that Of course, you've already lost 2 of your top players this year to knee injuries and stuff. How has the team, do you feel like, recovered from that as far as you getting your rotation together and the kids kind of realizing that Daryl and Janae are not going to be with them?
I don't know. I didn't never address it, and they never act like it happened. So
well, I guess that's the way you have to go. As you look around the conference, what are I see Angelina's undefeated. So I mean, I assume they're among the top teams you feel like you're going to be battling with down the stretch.
Hey, there's several good teams. I mean, I think Panola's a very good team that we played today. Kilgore, Angelina just beat Kilgore 61-59 today. Is that correct?
That's right.
And and then Tyler beat Jacksonville. I mean, there's Blenn's very good. They haven't been playing as well, I think, as they did last year. But that's when you get to second semester. Some of these teams are going to look a lot different second semester than they do first.
Well, talk about that stretch that you have after we come back from the holiday break, in which you play a lot of those teams during about a 16-day period. You play Tyler's and the Kilgores and the Angelinas all pretty close together.
Yeah, I think we've got, 4 games in like 11 days or something like that?
Something like that,
It's pretty close to that. So, I mean, which it makes it even more important to win your first 3 here first semester, I mean, because that's very good opponents, every night. And, it's just going to be a tough stretch. But, I think our depth will definitely help us through that.
You talked about, you and I talked before the season began about you thought that your guard play might be a weakness of the team as the season got underway, but it seems to me now as we're here basically at the halfway point that you have to be pretty pleased with the way your guards are playing.
They've done a great job. I mean, they really have. Our point guards are playing well, our wings are playing well, and they just still have a little room for improvement too, as far as running our stuff and doing some things that we want to do. But, one thing that I try to do in recruiting is recruit basketball players, not just kids that had talent. And I think we've got a lot of basketball players on our team.
Bill, you've been so responsible. We look at these championship banners that hang on the end of the gym, and you were with 3 with Kurt Butke, and you recruited a majority of those players. And I know that's what you're trying to get another banner back on the wall here in this year, next year, and as long as you stay at Trinity Valley, as many as you can. But when you go out and recruit at Trinity Valley, are kids familiar with the success of the program in the past? Or is the name recognition there that helps you get an in with some kids?
Not as much as you would think, but then I'm surprised sometimes that that there is some knowledge of it. And it really just depends on like their AAU coaches, their high school coaches, how knowledgeable they are and are relating to the kids, and if they're going to have to go junior college and what the junior college scene is and stuff like that.
When you identify kids that you want to recruit and bring in here, how early in the process have you identified those kids, and do you start making contact with them?
It starts here pretty quick here in the next week or 2.
So their senior year, basically. I mean, you're not on some kids in their junior years, or just when they're
you just don't have. It doesn't do any good because they're not to the realization that they're still thinking they're going to Texas and Syracuse and Rutgers and Florida and places like that. So and even when we talk to them in January and February, they're still not to the mindset that they're going to have to do this and kind of have to wait on test scores and final transcripts and stuff like that.
You inherited a team, of course, that finished 7th in the nation last year, but that's a little misleading because none of the kids that are here were on that team. So the school finished 7th in the nation, this team didn't. What were some of your biggest concerns as you took over for Michael Landers and you didn't inherit a team, you had to build a team?
Are you talking about those 8 weeks I didn't sleep?
Okay, I guess so.
Yeah, I was worried about everything, and I still worry about everything. I'm worried about the game till it's over with, and I'm worried about recruiting until school starts, and I think you just have to be that way. I mean, you're gonna miss out on something, you're gonna make some mistakes and everything, but you just can't relax. You got to just stay on top of things, and see them through to the end. Whether it be a game, recruiting, or whatever.
Well, I would think as we talk about recruiting, that if you're a high school basketball player out there and you're gonna need to go the junior college route as far as your education goes and your playing career goes, that if you're serious about women's basketball, Trinity Valley is the place that you want to be.
Well, exactly. And then we've gone down that Florida trip and lost by a wide margin the last couple of years, and we didn't do that to any of those schools this year, especially the one that we've struggled with. And I think that will help close the recruiting gap on a few kids this year. We've lost a few kids, that way, in the past.
And of course, I think you've told me that you're not going to make the Florida trip next year. You're going to go out to West Texas.
That's what it's looking like. Look like they're putting a good tournament out there. So, the Florida trip, it just makes more sense to go out and play good teams out there. It's 7 hours versus 12 hours, and then you're playing good schools on a neutral floor, maybe except for Odessa and Midland, you know.
You're here finally at Trinity Valley as the head coach after being an assistant coach for like 8 years in 2 different stints. Do you ever have to pinch yourself and think, man, did this really happen? Am I here?
No, I just always knew I was going to be the head coach here.
Well, that's the attitude.
I mean, I don't know why, but that's all what I wanted, you know. And and I'm kind of the type person that what I want, I try to do everything to achieve it. And I knew if I wasn't ever going to be the head coach, it wasn't going to be my fault. I was going to do what I had to do.
Well, and look at you got to work for 2 great head coaches too, in Kurt Butke and Michael Landers.
Yeah, and then you can throw a third in there. The guy I worked for, J. Kelly Hall in Louisiana. I mean, that's, you know, I couldn't be any more prepared for this job when I got it.
Well, listen, Bill, we sure appreciate the visit, and congratulations to you and the Lady Cardinals. I mean, 10-3 and 3-0 in the conference is the big number, though. I mean,
exactly.
And I know that you're looking forward to the game against Weatherford. Now, how long will the kids get off before you bring them back in and you get started for the second half?
Oh, we come back. They go home on the 16th, and then we come back on the 27th.
And then
so about 11 days.
Then you'll get all that holiday food off of them, and then you'll get down to basketball again.
Yeah, no matter how much you tell them to work out, you know, they run to the couch and the refrigerator and back, and that's about it.
Well, Bill, thanks for the visit, and we look forward to webcasting more Lady Cardinal games after we come back from the holiday break.
And go Cards. We need one more win today.
That's exactly right. And we're with 2:22 left at halftime here with the Cardinals up 49-42 in the second game of our Region 14 doubleheader here at Cardinal Gym today. Also, we'll remind you that we're talking about the Lady Cardinals. Their next webcast will be on Saturday, January the 30th against Blinn College here at Cardinal Gym. That game will start at 7 p.m. And then the Cardinals' next webcast is going to be on Wednesday, January the 27th against Lee College in a 7 p.m. tip-off. So anyway, we're going to kind of let you look at the sights and sounds of the final warm-ups before the second half begins, and we'll be back here in a couple of minutes.
Kind of gets wearisome hanging out in those headphones, doesn't it? And where's the muff? I don't see any muff.
And once again, on Sunday, December 6th at 3 p.m., the music department is putting on a Christmas concert at Dogwood Baptist Church. It's free admission.
We're ready to resume play here in the second half of our Region 14 conference game here at Cardinal Gym. The Cardinals up 49-42. It will be Panola's ball to start the second half. Got another halftime score in the conference. Kilgore leads Bossier Parish 49-46 at halftime. So there again, there's another close game going on in the Region 14 North Zone. And we're back underway with the Ponies controlling the basketball. Charlton Jones running the point. Dishes the ball down low, and a nice layup and drive by Gary Cox. And the Cardinal defense, not a very first good possession for him that time.
Going to have to try to at least get a body on him coming through like that.
Ponies are pressing, causing a little bit of problem. Now the Cardinals finally get across. Chris Blake on the drive, pulls up, takes the jumper, misses. Controlled by Stretch Watson, he misses. And now we have a foul. I believe it's going to be Adrian Forbes over the back. Yep, Adrian Forbes called for the foul over the back on the rebound attempt. That's his third personal foul. Not what the Cardinals needed inside the first 30 seconds of the second half, because that's going to send him to the bench, and Isaiah Rusher is going to take his place.
Just a real tough go for Forbes there. Not spending much time on the floor because he's spending a lot of time in foul trouble.
Gary Cox with the ball for the Ponies. Cardinals deny the baseline. Good job by Rusher and Blake. Rusher's doing a good job inside on Hines. Boatner gets free around the baseline, doesn't have a shot. Looks at the three, passes it up, top of the key, three-pointer. Yes, got it, nailed it. Charlton Jones with a three-pointer. Ponies were very patient that time and finally got the shot they were looking for. Knocked it down to a 2-point Cardinal lead, just like that.
Again, I think you're looking at the same story here, Benny. Looking for ways to get Blake involved.
Great drive by Darius Gatson. Found a crease in the Panola defense and took advantage of it and hit the layup. Very nice job. Hines puts up a jumper. No good. Tip. No good. Ernest Watson controls, pushes the ball down the floor, feeds it off to Derek. Misses it. Tip back, Watson, good. Well, that was all Watson and Andre Derrick there, DeAndre Derrick there. Turnover, Chris Blake gets the steal. Derrick puts up the three-pointer, got it, nailed it. That's the way you make a turnover hurt right there, and it certainly did, and suddenly it's a 9-point Cardinal lead. The Cardinals are pressing, but I think Gatson grabbed him that time. Gatson's going to be called with the foul. Cardinals tried to catch the Ponies off guard with the press.
7-point run for the Cardinals there. Now Derrick has 14 points to lead Trinity Valley.
And now we have a timeout being called by the Ponies. Coach Jacob Wonders saw enough there. It's a 30-second timeout. With 17:45 left, 56-47.
First half scoring was really spread out, Benny. Of course, I mentioned Derrick had 14, had 11 in the first half. Stallings had 9 off the bench. Stretch Watson had 8, and then Chris Blake had 9. Kind of a quiet 9.
It is. You look at the Cardinals game-by-game results, Jason. We see they've been over 100 points 3 times, and they've been in the 90s a couple of times too. So they're about on pace to what they're averaging this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's just, you know, when you look at the guys scoring and kind of the way it's spread out, that's going to happen when you have a lot of guys that can score with the ball.
Yep, no doubt about it. Well, now we're going to resume play after the 30-second Panola timeout. The Cardinals up 56-47. We're at the 17:45 mark of the second half. The Cardinals pressuring the ball. The Ponies get it in. Attacking from down low. Good bucket by number 22, Lewis Ellis. Cardinals just have to answer. That's what they've got to do. They can't let the Ponies have stops that do not answer. Gatson running the offense, looking for help from Watson. Gets to Rusher down low, loses control of it, kind of throws the timing off. Gatson to Watson to Derrick to Blake. Blake looking to take the shot. Tries to dish it underhanded inside. Watson controls the loose ball, throws up a shot. He misses it, and now we're going to have a foul called on the rebound. Oh, they're going to call it on Hines for Panola. I thought they were getting Isaiah Rusher for the Cardinals. That's a break for the Cardinals there because I really thought that was going to go against them. Hines is going to come out. That's his 3rd personal foul. Cardinals are going to control the ball underneath the goal. Gatson will trigger the play. Oh, easy pickings. That was so easy. He read the defense, and there's a steal by Stretch Watson to Derrick, and he hits the 2-pointer. And just like that, the Cardinals have opened up a double-digit lead. Thanks to some great play by Chris Blake, read by Darius Gatson on the inbounds play, and then the steal by Stretch Watson, who dished it off to Chris Blake. And the Ponies try to answer and get a foul called on DeAndre Derrick.
Quick strikes here, start the second half, Benny, and of course they're just opening up a lead now, 11 points. Again, you just can't say enough. Derrick and Watson, just big energy out of those guys.
He misses the first one. Have a final score from the Heart of Texas Bowl today down in Copper's Cove. Navarro beat Mississippi Gulf Coast 37-26. So congratulations to the Navarro College Bulldogs on a fine 11-1 season this year. Second free throw is good, 60-50 ball game. Cardinals working against the press. Gatson to Watson. Watson to Blake. Blake, all he has to do is take it in, puts it up, misses, tipped by Rusher, miss. Great job of keeping it alive by Derek. Blake is pressuring the defense. The Ponies control. Three-pointer, left him uncovered. They can't do that. Lewis Ellis, they absolutely can't do that. Pat Smith crosses his arms in front of his bench. He knows that his team left him uncovered.
It's his third three-pointer, and he's been pretty good from behind the line.
Chris Blake to stretch down to Isaiah Rusher, works the baseline, jams it home, and Pat Smith wants a timeout. And I guarantee this is not to adjust the offense. This is a full timeout. This is to talk about the defense. I will guarantee you that.
Nice move down there by Rusher. Kind of gave a stutter step right there and got the defender to jump up and slammed it home.
And the Cardinal cheerleaders are going to come out and perform during this full timeout. So we'll let you enjoy the Cardinal cheerleaders. Again, remind everyone in the immediate area that tomorrow the annual TVCC Christmas concert will be held at Dogwood Baptist Church. That will start at 3 p.m. And if you're worried about the parking situation down at the church, which is a concern when they're expecting a crowd of about 1,000, they're going to run a bus shuttle service from the college starting at 2 p.m. That will leave the parking lot in front of the administration building. So that would be your best bet. And I promise you, if you've never seen the Cardinal singers or the symphonic band perform, you're not going to want to miss this. And the Cardinals have him trapped, turned it over. Rusher takes the ball, dishes it off to Chris Blake. Blake hits the layup, and the Cardinals are cooking now. Cardinals have the trap and the press working. Now they're backing out of it. They didn't get the steal. They're backing out of it. They're going to give up a layup at the other end. No, he missed it. Tyrone Treasure missed it. So the Cardinals are in control. Chris Blake, layup, got it. Chris Blake is now becoming a big factor in this game, and Jacob Wonders is going to use a timeout for Panola College. He sees what's happening is 66-53 with 15-17 left in the game. This is probably going to be a full timeout here, I would just guess.
Trinity Valley's 5 of their last 6, and of course a lot of that's attributed to Blake. He just kind of gotten going and kind of forced his way into the game. Things weren't falling for him, so a lot of what you're seeing him do is right around the hoop.
And the Cardinal cheerleaders are back out, so we'll let them perform. See Pat Smith working during the timeout. He's got his team seated in front of him. You can tell by the intensity in his face that he's getting his message across. And the Cardinals up by 13 now. This is really a chance here, Jason, to put some distance and for this one not to go into double overtime.
Sure, absolutely. I'll tell you what, Pat Smith's always intense. I think he's probably an intense lunch eater and plays Yahtzee intense. And
I'm always worried about that vein on that side of his head busting open sometimes, you know. Of course, Pat, when he coached at Jacksonville College, and I used to cover the Cardinals when they would go down there, and boy, or when they would come here, and they used to say the saying about Pat's teams were they would start pressing you from the time they left the bus. So it's no surprise to see them pressing here, trapping in the corner. Stretch watching and Chris Blake have him trapped up. He gets the ball out, and now they beat the timeline. Oh, great job. That was all Stretch Watson induced there. Went up for the block, and Jamie Boley tried to hold his shot, couldn't do it, traveled.
What a game for him. I mean, boy, especially defensively. He just had, 3 or 4 steals, and, boy, he's just really really turning in a great performance tonight.
Cardinals probing the Panola defense. Rusher with the ball down low, makes a power move, loses it. It's going to get a break, though. Going to get a foul call on, I think, Boley. Yep, Boley's called for the foul, and that was a break for Isaiah Rusher because he had lost possession of the ball. I don't think he was going to be able to get the shot off, so that really worked to his advantage there. The Cardinals were inbounds, alley-oop to Rusher, slammed it home. Jeff Stubbs read Isaiah Rusher, and he slams the ball home, and the Cardinals have their biggest lead of the game, 15 with 14:45 left in the game. There's a steal. Cardinals are really playing defense now. Reggie Stillings had a steal, but instead he's going to be called for the foul.
Just great elevation by Rusher right there. I mean, and of course, that's a called play, and he just snuck right up the back and slammed it home and almost tore the backboard down.
Panola inbounds the basketball. McLeod on the drive. Thought he stepped out of bounds, but he didn't. And getting the follow-up slam was Tyrone Treasure, and the Ponies really needed that. They couldn't afford to let the Cardinals have a stop with a 15-point lead.
It's been 2 minutes since they scored, so they sure did need that.
Now they tried to get the ball to Blake, but the Ponies did a good job of getting a piece of it. Back over to the corner. Now Blake's got that one wide open. He's got to hit that one. Oh, missed it. Just missed the three, but a great rebound up and in. Great job, Reggie Stallings. Got the rebound, did the little 6-foot turnaround jumper, and the Cardinals are ahead 70-55, 14:02, and counting left in the game.
11 points for Stallings now.
Watson almost comes up with another steal, just misses. Boatner, three, misses. Blake, rebound. Great job that time getting a piece of the ball was Thomas Orr. Isaiah Rusher with the steal that time. Goes to Watson, back to Watson. Rusher can't get control. The Cardinals blew a chance there. Had the numbers, just couldn't get control of the basketball. And Pat Smith is not happy that happened.
Had a 3-on-1 opportunity, 3-on-1, 3-on-2. Rusher just couldn't get his big mitts on the ball. He was trying.
Stephon Moutier checks in for Stretch Watson, who's had a very nice game today. Ponies attack down low. Missed a shot, missed the follow-up. That was Tyrone Treasure, number 10, missing a couple of shots. Now McLeod. Boatner. Three-pointer, no good. Gary Cox misses the three-pointer. Be the Cardinals basketball. 13:05 left in the game.
Panola hit their first 2 threes. Now they've missed the last 2. Just kind of struggled from three-point range. That was nowhere close.
Gatson controlling the basketball for the Cardinals. Gets a pick from Isaiah Rusher. Doesn't use it. Derrick puts up the shot. Misses. Rusher. I think Rusher's going to get called for the push-off there. Yep. Rusher's getting called for the push-off on the rebound. Ball will go over to the Ponies.
Calling against number 52 on Trinity Valley, Isaiah Rusher.
Boatner with the basketball, goes on the drive, takes on the entire Cardinal defense, and gets the layup. That's a nice job by Rashard Boatner. Just drove through the entire Cardinal defense for the layup. Blake with the basketball. Turnover. Boatner with the steal, feeds it off for a layup. Gary Cox, just like that, 11-point game again. Almost a steal by McLeod. Gatson pushes the ball, feeds off to Rusher. He gets it over to Derrick. Derrick hits the shot and draws the foul.
Real athletic play there by Derrick. Went up for the shot, saw it was going to get blocked, pulled it back down, and then went right back up with it.
We get a chance to complete a three-point play here.
Calling against number 22 on Panola.
Derek at the free throw line. Son of former Cardinal great Neil Derrick, played here for Leon Spencer and Guy Furr in the mid-60s, mid-80s.
That's 19 now for Derrick.
Whoop, and we got a, little contact across the way, and a very nice job by Reggie Stallings of getting up off the floor.
A little Michael Jackson move there. Even kind of did the little finger point at the end.
Certainly not a move I've ever made.
Seen that move before.
Darius Gatson with the basketball for the Cardinals, approaching the 11-minute mark. And this is going to be a foul. Had his hands all over him. That's going to be a foul on Lorenzo McLeod.
Push called on number 11, Panola.
Stretch Watson's going to check back in for the Cardinals for Stephon Moutier. Boatner puts up the three, misses. Watson with the rebound for the Cardinals. Outlets to Darius Gatson. Gatson drives. Cardinals are asking for goaltending. I think they're going to get it. Yep. Gatson put the layup up. Got a goaltending call against the Ponies. The basket counts and a free throw to follow. Got a full timeout being charged to the Ponies.
Full timeout.
11:31 left in the game. The Cardinals up by 16, 75-59. Cardinal cheerleaders again. As we mentioned earlier, the days really belong to the Cardinal cheerleaders to perform because both the Cardettes and the Cardinal Regiment marched in the Adolphus Christmas Parade in Dallas this morning, so they're not with us today. We look forward to having them back next home game. They always add so much to the festivities. Resume play after the Panola timeout, 75-59, 11:31 left in the game. And Darius Gatson's at the free throw line trying to complete a three-point play. Got it. 5'10" freshman out of Houston, Texas, makes it 76-59. Cardinals trapping, and the Ponies struggle, but they break it. McLeod drives, misses. Isaiah Rusher on the rebound. Ponies get back though, and McLeod comes up with a steal. Turnover for the Cardinals. Boatner controls the basketball. Now that time, Cox tried to do just a little much underneath, and it wound up, they retained possession, but the ball goes out of bounds. Chris Blake checks back into the game for the Cardinals along with number 24, Jeff Stubbs. Kind of a slow start for Blake, but he's come on in the second half. I think last time we had he's up to 19 points. Got 15 points, my bad. It was Derek that had 19 at one point. And the ball goes out of bounds off of Cox for the Ponies, and the Cardinals will take over. Been a lot of action in the second half, Jason. It's been a slow second half, so to speak, too.
It has, yeah. Trinity Valley's been able to build a lead doing that still.
In the end, that's all that matters. It just seems like it's been a slower pace, even though there's been more action seemingly in the second half. We're just now at the coming up on the 10-minute mark. Alley-oop time to Chris Blake. Got it from Jeff Stubbs. Nice pass.
I think they've got that one down, don't you?
Lewis Ellis drives, draws the foul. Boy, you're so right about that.
Foul on number 45. Adrian Forbes. Trinity Valley.
Ellis at the free throw line, shooting 2.
Frustrating game for Forbes, just 2 points. It seems like every time he gets on the floor, he's heading right back off. Just hadn't been able to get out of foul trouble.
You know, sometimes it happens for a player. It's just not there, not so much because of what they do. It's just that you're a victim of circumstance sometimes. One of those deals where your number's being called a lot, but not the way you want it to be called. Ellis hits the second free throw. You know, Jason, when it comes on the 10-minute mark of the second half and the Cardinals owning a 18-point lead, boy, at some point you just think that the opponents are going to have to go all in and just, you know, throw caution to the wind and start scrambling after everything. There's another alley-oop. Oh, beautiful. Oh, my goodness. Chris Blake just delivers the perfect pass. Reggie Stallings slams it home. Oh, my goodness. The Cardinals have had about 4 of those today, folks.
13 points now for Stallings, too, and boy, the high-flying act is underway.
I guarantee you, wow. Nice job by Boatner answering for the Ponies on the drive. He's had a nice game for them.
Sure, you got to hand it to them, though. They're not getting their heads down. They're coming right back with it.
Rusher saves the ball. No. Ponies get the steal. They're going to get a layup by Boatner. And here. Now we have an injury timeout. That's Boatner. A little bit shaken up on the play. Checking in for him is going to be 5 Thomas Orr. Boatner left the building, went out into the lobby. Maybe he's got reaching for his calves. I don't know if he might have got a cramp or something, but they're taking care of him out in the lobby right now. Stephon Moutier is in for the Cardinals, going to inbounds the basketball. Pressure by the Ponies causes the Cardinals little problems on that trip. Rusher saved the basketball, tried to get it out to Chris Blake, but he goes off the foot of the Ponies' Thomas Orr. Still, ball will remain with the Cardinals. Whoops. Turn that one over. Stubbs tried to hit Blake. Blake wasn't looking. Turnover, layup for Lorenzo McLeod. Now suddenly Panola's crept back in with his 16 points in this one, so the Cardinals have got to kind of steady the ship just a little bit here. Their only two conference games, both went to double overtime, and there's a turnover. And well, this is how those games evolve, Jason. You get a big lead, and then they start slipping away. We saw the Tyler game; they lost 84-82 in double overtime. They were up 16 in the second.
16, that's right.
In the second half of that game. So
give a team a little bit of confidence, and they can sure run with it, as Tyler proved a couple of weeks ago here. So Trinity Valley's got to kind of button down here. No need to hurry it on offense.
We're approaching the 9-minute mark. Cardinals in the press. Stretch, Watson, and Derrick. Ponies move the ball across the timeline. Three-pointer, no good. Brock Wills, Cardinals control.
It's first missing the last 4 tries from the field for Panola.
Stretch Watson puts up the 3 from the top, no. Derrick with the rebound, no. Rusher rebound, no, but draws a foul.
Foul on number 55 on Panola.
Rusher at the free throw line, shooting 2. Got it. Palachek checks in for Hines for the Ponies.
First point in about 2 minutes for the Cardinals. Good time to get them.
One more coming. Missed it. Stretch Watson controls the rebound. Brings the ball back out, sets it up, getting it to Gatson. Derek pulls the trigger on a three. No. Follow up, Stretch Watson got it. Oh, Stretch has had a huge game today. My goodness. Blake with a steal and a layup. Got it. Chris Blake, here we go again. Now then the Cardinals get on their toes. They press, they get the turnovers, and boom, they open the lead back up to 19. Stretch Watson tries to get a steal. Oh, ball goes off his hands, though, and it's going to belong. Check that. They're going to give it to the Cardinals? Yes.
19 points now for Blake, and he's certainly kind of found a way to get his scoring niche going.
And it's all been triggered by the defense, too, Jason. If you look at some of his scores, they've been after turnovers.
So you're saying he owes Stretch Watson a hamburger?
I think so.
Or something.
Watson, turnaround jumper. No. Rusher, rebound. Yes.
2 more points for Trinity Valley.
Stretch Watson knocks the ball out of bounds. Stretch has played a great game today. This is what we saw from him in streaks last year. And, boy, as a sophomore, he's had a really nice game so far. He's coming off of the bench. His teammates stand for him as well. They should.
He's had a great game. He's just been so active on the floor. And obviously Pat Smith can't ask for anything more from a guy like that.
We'll see if that's been enough now to finally turn back the Ponies. They're going to keep coming at the Cardinals. It's a 21-point lead right now, biggest of the game. Palachek down low, puts up the shot, no good. Derek rebounds. Cardinals on the run, don't have the numbers. Off to Blake, pulls up for the jumper. Got it.
2 more points for Trinity Valley. Made by number 2, Chris Blake.
87-66, 7:30 left in the game. Layup missed. Oh, Rusher caught the rebound, but he was out of bounds so that's a turnover for the Cardinals.
Right after Panola had gone on their 6-0 run, Trinity Valley turns around and they're on a 9-0 run now.
That's the way you answer.
And that is basketball.
Palachek with the ball. Three-pointer, missed. Thomas Orr put up the three-pointer. The Cardinals control. Gaston has the basketball. Rusher was wanting an alley-oop. Didn't get it. Blake, three-pointer. Got it. Chris Blake. Averaging 18.4 coming in, and he'll beat that today. Got 22 points now for the Cardinals. 24 points, my bad. No good. The basket, there's just a lid on it for the Ponies right now, and the Cardinals are loving it. They're pushing the ball to the other end now. Blake on the move.
So it's 24 points for Blake, just 9 in the first half. He's really come alive.
Oh, Rusher took off and ran there before he put up that layup. Be reminded that the next broadcast of Cardinal basketball will be on Wednesday, January the 27th. They'll play Lee College here at Cardinal Gym at 7 p.m. And then later that week on Saturday, January the 30th, we'll have the next Lady Cardinal webcast. They will play Blinn College at 7 p.m. on a Saturday night here at Cardinal Gym. So those are our next 2 broadcasts, and we'll certainly hope you'll be with us for those, and tell your friends and neighbors and all Cardinal fans that can't be here that just because they can't be here doesn't mean they can't watch the Cardinals and Lady Cardinals play. Derek applying pressure to Boatner. That's going to be a foul there on the Cardinals. That's going to be Jeff Stubbs. He couldn't get his feet moving and catch up, so that's going to send to the line Thomas Orr for the Ponies.
12-0 run right now that Panola will be looking to break here at the free throw line. Running out of time, 6:32 left, and quite a sizable lead to try to overcome here, Benny.
Well, it is, and like you said, 6:32. So at this point, I would think this one's probably pretty close to being in the bank for the Cardinals. Let's put it this way: if they blow this lead this late, you can interview Pat Smith after the game.
I have a previous engagement.
That's what I thought you would say. Second free throw attempt now by Thomas Orr. Missed it. Rebound. DeCario Tidwell getting his first action of the game. Blake with a three-pointer. Got it. Chris Blake. 27 points, and he had 9 in the first half.
He's just locked in. You can see it now. That shooting stroke is so smooth.
Cardinals are going to have the basketball again. It's coming up on the 6-minute mark, and they've got 95 points. I think they may surpass the 100-point mark again this year. I think it'll be, the 5th time, I think, this year.
It's some kind of impressive team they've got here, Benny. They can really put points up, and that's not going to hurt you in this conference at all.
Chris Blake, three-pointer. No, didn't hit that one.
Well, that would have just been silly if he did that one.
Three-pointer the other end. This time it's good for the Ponies. Lewis Ellis. Well, every time he hits one, Pat Smith just turns his head because he knows you can't leave that kid uncovered.
19 for Ellis, including 4 3-pointers.
Get the ball down low to Adrian Forbes. Misses. Comes off the side of the backboard. Yep. It's going to be on Hines there, I think. Yep, 55. He set legal screen. That's going to be 5 fouls on him, matching the numbers on his jersey. So 5-5 has 5. He's done.
Just kind of tried to set a pick. They're just trying to do anything they can there. He just kind of moved right along with it, and you can't do that.
Forbes underneath. He is just mugged that time by Gary Cox, so he'll get 2 free throws here. Be reminded that the next webcast, however, will not be basketball. It will be the fall graduation ceremony this coming Friday night, December the 11th. I think it starts at 6:45 with the actual the ceremony starts at the ceremony starts at 7:30. And the broadcast on the Cardinal Broadcasting Network will begin at 6:45. Again, I probably clouded that issue for you. It's at 6:45 this Friday night. Graduation ceremony here at Trinity Valley. Graduation starts at 7:30, but the Cardinal Broadcasting Network will go on at 6:45. Adrian Forbes misses the first free throw. Cardinal mascot retrieves the basketball.
And high fives for Stallings as he comes out on the bench, and there's another Cardinal that deserves them. He's had a great game today.
Checked into the game now for the Cardinals. Xavier Williamson is now in the game, number 31, as is Matt Moody. A couple of kids getting some playing time. Shot goes up, rejected. Jeff Stubbs. Ball is going to go over to the Ponies. Well, I said surely the Cardinals are going to break 100 for about the 5th time this year, but that was 2 minutes ago.
Give him time. Give him time.
Three-pointer, Ellis. He's got 5 3-pointers on the day. That's a pretty good day's work right there. Williamson with the basketball, puts up the shot, misses. Moody can't get the rebound for the Cardinals, so the Ponies control. Oh. Well, that was a tough segment there for Jeff Stubbs. He tried to draw the foul. He got run over. Foul wasn't called.
I think
but though the player saved the ball, he comes in and hits Stubbs on the head while he's laying on the floor.
I was hoping you could confirm that the ball was bounced off of his head. Then he picked it up and tried to run with it.
Ponies with the basketball. Oh, nice no-look pass by Jones. to McLeod. McLeod misses the layup, but there's a foul called. Foul's going to be on the Cardinals. Jeff Stubbs, number 24. That's his third personal foul.
Good for Pat Smith to get some of these guys into a conference game like this and just get them a little bit of time on the floor, work out some of the nerves that you might have later on in the season.
Exactly. McLeod misses the first free throw. Makes the second. Moody with the basketball for the Cardinals, running the offense. Jacoby Anderson's also in the game, number 11. Stephon Moutier took steps there, turnover. 95-74, 3:48 to go.
Have to bet a taco here on the 100-point mark.
Depends on which end of the bed I get. Yep, he took steps then. Lorenzo McLeod trying to find the opening inside, took steps with the Cardinals basketball. 3:31 left in the game. 95-74, 21-point lead, comfortable lead. Cardinals blew it open here in the second half of the second half. Jacoby Anderson puts up the three, misses. Vicario Tidwell with the rebound, puts it back up, but is fouled. Going to go to the line for two. Jacoby Anderson, a 6'1 sophomore out of Lancaster, Texas. In the game, like we said, shooting the free throws. Going to be Vicario Tidwell, a 6'6 freshman from Charlotte, North Carolina. He's from Tar Heel country. Misses the first one. And the second. Williams is going to be called with over the back foul.
Just looking for the way to make the box score there.
Cardinals look like they're going to run their record to 10-1 on the season and 2-1 in conference play. That 2-1 in conference play is big because you want to get as many in the win column as you can in a 19-game conference schedule. And when they come back from the break, they catch Navarro right off the bat like January the 6th. So, I mean, it's important to get as many in the win columns as they can. And that's what's frustrating about the 84-82 double overtime loss they had to Tyler, in which they blew a 16-point lead in the second half. But you can't go back and get that one again, so you just got to move on. And that's what the Cardinals looks like they're going to have done very successfully in the two games afterwards. The Cardinals are going to turn it over again. Missed the layup. Ponies missed the layup. Have a jump ball situation. The possession belongs to the Cardinals.
Nice, well-rounded offensive performance. Going to end up with 5 guys in double figures for Trinity Valley, most likely. Led by 27 by Blake. Of course, those guys are going to the bench now to give these other guys a chance to kind of get some action here. But Derek will finish with 19 tonight. So just a real nice offensive performance by Trinity Valley.
You get 5 kids in double figures, or that's a pretty good night's work right there. Most coaches would take that. Vicario Tidwell with the basketball. Xavier Williamson for the three-pointer, no. Rebounded Tyrone Treasure.
A little bit of a scoring drought for the Cardinals here.
Well, they haven't scored since I said they were going over 100. Let's just let the record show that.
Why'd you say that?
I don't know. Jacoby Anderson drives the baseline, misses. Vicario Tidwell rebound, put back, got it.
The curse is over.
Ellis misses. Get the tip back. It's no good. And now we're going to have a foul. I believe that's going to be on Xavier Williamson, number 31. That's his second foul. Going to send to the line Tyrone Treasure. Got the first one. Thomas Orr checks back into the game, as does Andrej Palachek. And he made the second one. I can tell you tonight, in the big game over in Tyler today, Navarro hit a three-pointer at the buzzer to beat Tyler 55-52. Navarro wins at the buzzer 55-52 over Tyler in a game played in Tyler today. So that's a big win for Navarro. And that's who the Cardinals will see in their next conference game.
Let them beat up on each other a little bit.
Ponies on the drive. No, misses the layup. Oh, Xavier Williamson took a hard fall there, but he's up and okay.
Nice hustle by some of these guys that have come into the game late. DeCario Tidwell's already got 4 rebounds here just in limited action, so they're hustling. These guys are trying to grab some attention.
Three-pointer, no good. Rebound by the Ponies, number 30. He got it for the follow-up, Brock Wills, 97-80. Cardinals just running time off the clock here. These kids that haven't been getting a lot of playing time are going to be looking to score. Jacoby Anderson misses. DeCario Tidwell with the rebound. Feeds it back to Jacoby Anderson. He puts it up. Yes, got it. Nice layup. Nice job, DeCario Tidwell. Lorenzo McLeod with the drive. We have a whistle. Matt Moody stepped in to defend. They're going to call the foul on Moody. They're going to count the bucket. 1 free throw to follow. 59 seconds left in the game, less than a minute. 59.9 if you want to be precise.
Let's do.
McLeod closes. 3-point play. Cardinals were thinking he got 2, but they gave him the bucket, so he just gets the 1. Moody with the basketball. Jacoby Anderson got it. 101-83. Cardinals do go over the century mark. I think that's for the 5th time this season. 4 that I know of. I believe it's 5. McLeod puts up the shot. No. Palachek with the rebound. No. Partially blocked by Tidwell. Moody with the basketball. Cardinals are pretty content with that being the final score. Ponies aren't going to press the issue. So the Cardinals are going to go to 10-1 on the season. The Ponies are going to fall to 7-5, but more importantly, the Cardinals are going to be 2-1 in conference play.
Nice, impressive performance. Coming off the big road win, didn't have a letdown, came right back home and took care of business as they start winding down this Christmas break in December.
And we're expecting Pat Smith. We believe Pat Smith's going to join us here just as soon as he finishes congratulating the Ponies. So, Cardinal fans are filing out now, very happy. They're going to go. You might go outside now. The Athens Christmas Parade is about to begin at 6, so if you're leaving Cardinal Gym, you better leave the back way. You'll never get out of this place. But anyway, it was a great win by the Cardinals, 101-83. Of course, they've got a couple of games left now before the holiday break. two non-conference games, Northwestern Louisiana State JV tomorrow, and then Ranger here on December 12th. And we are now joined by Pat Smith. Pat, got to be pretty happy with that one, I would think.
You know, you always worry a lot about the game before Christmas. Last conference game, you know, somebody asked me the other day, when do you start your conference? And I said, we're 2 weeks into it. You know, but we some teams have played 4 games, we've played 3. You know, we finished up, we've had really good second semesters in the league, but we've always started off the last 3 years 0-2 in the league. So to be 2-1 at this point after the tough loss we had at Tyler, I'm real happy about.
Yeah, we were talking about during the broadcast, you sit here and you could very easily be sitting here at 11-0 right now. I mean, you can't go back and get that one again.
Yeah, and you know, Benny, we could have lost the Paris game.
That's the way you have to look at it.
You know, the bottom line, it was a tough. The worst thing about coaching is losing a game that you think you should win. Sometimes you just lose. But you know, I thought we had the Tyler game well in control, and give them a lot of credit for coming back. But you know, we told our team after the game that that's not going to define our season, and we could be 11-0. But you know what? We're 10-1, 2-1. It beats 9-2, 1-2.
There you go.
You know, that's the way I look at it. That we came out and did what we had to do today. And one thing, they played really well early, but I thought we did a great job of wearing and tearing on them a little bit as a game. We call that our conditioning factor, and we did a pretty good job, I thought, of going ahead and staying the course, using our depth, and wore them out a little bit.
Well, I thought Stretch Watson had a great game for you tonight. I thought he was up on his toes on defense. He got a piece of a lot of balls, got some steals, and caused some good things to happen with his defensive play.
Yeah, I tell you what, you know, I don't know if there's anybody in this league that plays consistently harder than him. Now, sometimes he does not play with the basketball IQ that I expect, but then other times he does. But today he kind of combined the whole package. I thought he was just so active on the front of our press. I bet he had 15 deflections. We chart that.
He had to have, yeah.
And how many of those did he turn into turnovers that turned into points? And we had a really good run. I don't know what it was, Benny, but it seemed like it was like a 6-7 point game. Next thing you know, we was up 25. And that was a great spurt. And as a coach, that's when you just kind of sit back and enjoy.
And talk about the play of Chris Blake. Of course, he comes in averaging 18.4, and he only has 9 in the first half. And kind of a quiet first half, it seemed like, but he winds up with 27.
I didn't even know he had 9 in the first half. I thought he'd about been shut out. But I tell you what, he got hot from three-point range. And, you know, I think a lot of that was product of him playing well defensively. Some of it was a byproduct of us playing well offensively in terms of moving the ball. He got on a roll, and I've always said this, if you do a good job of spreading the ball around, eventually somebody's going to get hot. I thought Keandre Derrick had a really solid game for us today, and I thought Isaiah Rusher did a great job for us on the glass.
Well, you've got 2 non-conference games now to finish the first half of the schedule. You got Northwest JV here tomorrow at
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock, and then you have a rematch with Ranger a week from today. And that was a tough win for you out there in overtime when you went to their place.
Yeah, and that was a game that, you know, we very easily could have lost. We were 5 or 6 points down with like 2.5 minutes to go, and our guys really toughed it out down there in front of a packed house. But Rangers got a really good team. If you look at them this year throughout the league, they've played all of our league teams tough. I think they lost the other day to Lon Morris by 3. But, you know, we kind of look at that these 2 games as a start of our second semester. And even though it's finishing up and we got finals coming up, it's very important we finish up strong, because we told our kids after the Tyler game, okay, we can't get this one back, but we'd like to be 12-1 and 2-1 at Christmas. And obviously we can accomplish that goal in these next 2 games.
And then when you come back from the holiday break, you catch Navarro like right off the bat pretty quick there. And they beat Tyler tonight 55-52 on a 3-pointer at the buzzer.
Johnny must be living right. They're winning some tight games. Give them some credit. Navarro's really, really, really good. And I think we're going to be. We're a team in progress. You know, people say, boy, you got a nice team. I said, we're trying to have one. I feel like, you know, right now it's kind of to the point where our kids are really buying in. They're working hard. They're doing what we have to do. I was very disappointed in our defense the first half. But, you know, Panola's not the easiest team to guard. They were basically playing 4 and sometimes 5 guards. And so I'm not much of a zone coach. We stayed man-to-man, and I do think we wore them out a little bit conditioning-wise as the game went on.
Well, listen, Pat, we certainly appreciate the visit, and certainly congratulate you and the Cardinals on the victory. And I know that you'll be looking to finish up with the 2 wins before the holiday break and then get ready for the Navarro Bulldogs.
Yeah, and, you know, I hope a lot of our players' families, and I hope that I know my family, I hopefully was watching, but you know, this is great what Dr. Forgy and you all do with these broadcasts, to where that, you know, the families of our players can kind of share a little bit in what we're doing. And I just think it's great to have these games at the junior college level, and that's a strong commitment we have toward athletics here at TVCC, and that starts with the top of our administration.
Well, congratulations, Pat. Wish you and all the Cardinals a really good holiday season, and we'll look forward to the second half of Cardinal basketball.
Thank you, Benny. Appreciate y'all doing the game.
You bet. Again, the Cardinals were a 101-83 victory over the Panola College Ponies tonight. Run their season record to 10-1. They are 2-1 on in conference play, and they will play at home tomorrow at 4:00 against Northwestern JV. And then they have Ranger at home on the 12th at 7 p.m., and that'll wrap up the first half of the holiday, the first half of the schedule. The next webcast will be on Thursday, January the 27th at 7 p.m. when Lee College pays a visit to Cardinal Gym. And we will see you after the first of the year for that, and then we'll have the Lady Cardinal game on the 30th. And we certainly wish everyone out there a happy holiday season, and we'll look forward to being back on with Cardinal and Lady Cardinal basketball after the first of the year. So good night, everybody, from Cardinal Gym, and thanks to our outstanding crew here at the college for putting this on. Thanks to Jason Larson, and we will see you all again very soon. Now I got to go watch Hook'em Horns.